Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a great day in the village today. A special day for West Forsyth High School, our community, the beloved family and friends that we have here on the court with us, and all of our distinguished guests, including members of the Winston-Salem Forsyth County School Board, Superintendent Ms. Trish McManus, several district lead support personnel, town officials from Louisville and Clemens. It is with great pleasure that I also welcome back many former Titans. And once a Titan, always a Titan. We have folks here that were a part of Chris Paul's journey, his high school journey. There's a lot of familiar faces for folks that, well, let's just be frank, it feels like a reunion in here. Before we got started, it's just like a big reunion, and that's a special day here at West Forsyth. I also want to take time to welcome our students here in front of us, the classes of 23 and 24 in attendance. And we also have nearly 1,200 students that are watching the live stream across our campus in classrooms just because you can't fit the whole village in the gym. Students, this day is a day of celebration that you will talk about long after you graduate. This is a special day, and this school is a special community and a special place. It's an honor and a privilege to be a student at West Forsyth High School. I think it's evident by looking here on the floor of all of our guests that are coming here today, that this is the type of example of ongoing support and ongoing family and loyalty that you can have when you graduate from West Forsyth. At this time, I'd like to welcome Ms. Superintendent Tricia McManus.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have to say, before I say the words I was going to say, the back story back there was about the AC. We don't have AC, but we have live streaming. No, everyone kept saying, why are we working on the AC? Sorry, everybody. All right, so back to why we're here today. On behalf of our Board of Education and on the entire school district, we are so honored and excited to name the West Forsyth High School gymnasium court after Chris Paul. I did not have the honor, obviously, of seeing Chris play and as a student in the school, but I have heard so much about you back then, and obviously now, of course. But the constant message is that he was a leader both on and off the court, and that you have continued to be a role model, and your legacy will live on for generations, already has, but will continue to live on for generations to come at West Forsyth High School and in our entire community. I want to thank Chris and his family for just your outpouring and continued investment in our community as a whole, into the students and into to West Forsyth High School. So again, we are very excited about this moment, and thank you so much for everything you've done and will continue to do for our community. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mike Pennington. I'm the athletic director here at West Forsyth, and I want to read you some of Chris's career accomplishments. He's a 2003 graduate of West Forsyth High School, a 2003 McDonald's All-American, 2003 North Carolina Basketball Player of the Year, West Forsyth leading career scorer with 1,527 points, Frank Spencer tournament record with 50 points in 2002, scored a career high 61 versus Parkland in 2002, first team All-American at Wake Forest, 4th overall selection by the New Orleans Hornets in the 2000 draft, NBA Rookie of the Year 2006, 12-time NBA All-Star, 11-time All-NBA selection, 9-time All-Defensive Team. West Forsyth basketball team, take note of that. Right, Coach Green and Coach Brim?
Yes, sir.
MVP of the NBA All-Star Game 2013, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Chris was selected as one of the top 75 players in NBA history. He is a current member of the Phoenix Suns of the NBA. Chris, congratulations on a great career so far, and I'm sure there's a lot more to come. At this time, I would like to introduce the principal at West Forsyth, Chris's principal when he was a student here, Mr. Kurt Telford.
It's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to serve as principal, as I did at West Forsyth, and an honor to be your principal, Chris. And congratulations. And I want to thank your family, the extended family, CJ, Robin, Charles, Aunt Rhonda, the whole Paul family, because it was a family, and you helped pull us together as a community. So thank you so much to the extended family. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to reminisce not about his basketball ability, but what he was as a student. He walked the talk. What I mean by walk the talk, he didn't tell people, I'm Chris Paul, the basketball player. I'm Chris Paul, the student. And that was it asked. He was class president. I believe he was at the breezeway giving out Krispy Kremes when you were running, right? So he was a politician. He would give Krispy Kremes, vote for Chris. He was an honor roll student. I looked at the 2003 yearbook. He was also the homecoming king. So, again, and as I said, he walked the talk. A story that I can tell, his junior year he was president, and I believe he had an AAU tournament in Charlotte, I believe. He went to the game, came back and decorated. I don't know if he went to the other game, but he ended up coming to the prom. That's what I mean by walk the talk. He did what you would expect a leader to do. His senior year, as I said, he gave out the Krispy Kremes. He also, we were out of school for quite a bit of his senior year because of bad weather. And we looked pretty sharp. We played Reynolds at the Coliseum. That was our rival, I would say. Chris, I think you probably agree. We looked very, very sharp. I couldn't understand how we missed a week and a half of school. That's because Chris had all the kids at the YMCA, all the teammates, and I confirmed that with Mr. and Mrs. Boardman, that you even picked up the sophomores and said, we're going to practice. So I don't think, that's one reason we didn't miss a beat. So I appreciate that. He also is the only student I've ever had who other students would ask for his autograph and ask me, can you get his autograph? And I'd say, it was usually freshmen. And Miss Felder, I couldn't take him out of Miss Felder's class because she was biology, and she wouldn't allow it, and I don't think Paul's parents would have allowed it. But I was able to take him out of Miss Brand's class. Miss Brand was a computer teacher, and it was usually freshman girls, and I'd say, I can get his autograph if you will get a good grade on your next test. And it worked every time. And Chris, I'm sorry, Miss Brand, I took him out. Chris, I'm sorry I took you out. A few times he just, yeah, whatever, Mr. Telford, I'll do it. But that tells you the character. It wasn't, I'm Chris Paul, why do you want, whatever I can do to help others. And as a player, it wasn't about scoring points, it was about victory and these other teammates, and you see it today, doing well, whether it was the 10th man, 12th man, however many people were carried. So I appreciate that, what you did. The one thing that I will say, that I was a little miffed once, we had graduation, and this is before, rehearsal was at the Coliseum, we're on the stage, there was no data with your cell phone, it was a flip phone. No phones, students, no phones. Chris is on stage, as student body president, he's going to speak. He was a McDonald's All-American, he knew all the All-Americans, I didn't. And Chris is on his phone. I don't think I told his parents this. And he's, yeah, hey, yeah, congratulations. I'm a little miffed. Chris, who are you speaking with? LeBron just signed with Nike, Mr. Telford. Well, I'm probably not going to experience that as a principal again. So I thought, okay, I went back and I sat down. I guess we'll let it go this time. He is and if you see what he's done since he's gone to West Forsyth, his trajectory has just taken off. But it started with his parents, his family, elementary, middle, high school, Wake Forest. Every one of you has the opportunity. And just take advantage of the opportunities you have. Chris, I'm really honored. Thank you, and thank you to your family. Coach?
Thank you, Mr. Telford. We also have Coach David Layton here today. Special guest. This is Chris's high school coach. when he was here at West Forsyth.
Thank you, Mr. Pennington and Dr. McManus. I got a few minutes here. I'm not going to say much, but I want to thank you for that. Let's see. Varsity. I coached, Ms. Hartman hired me to coach the varsity here for 10 years. I coached it for 10 years, from 191 to 88. That's almost 20 years a season. 6 of those years, 1, 2, these 3 guys were part of the program. He was assistant coach for 10 years. These guys played. Chris Paul's team's never lost a game this year. JV over varsity. Can you hear me? I'm not a public speaker, but anyway, I can build a task force. Oh, I want to also mention former players out here. Me, former players, Chris, stand up, please. Most of you working like this. When Chris was a senior, Chris Charles was one of my assistant coaches. I said, hey, we're going to keep this up. I don't want to screw it up. We had 2 plays. One of them was called drop. And everybody else running the baseline, get out of the way. He's going to one-on-one score and get foul. Get out of the way. And then late in the game, you guys saw Mr. Telford referred to the Rose. The next night, after the Annex close game, we ran something called wide. And I said, get out of the way, go to the corners, let Chris go. And he dribbled all around. And we're like Wile E. Coyotes, 5 Wile E. Coyotes chasing the road runner. Beep, beep. Never call it. I'll try to keep this up. Let's do one more thing. He was a lifted themselves in the basketball field. And he came by and recruited a guy named J.K. Evans who went on to play at UNLV. Coaches in Maryland. And later on he went to Georgia State. When he was here watching J.K. he said, went to Jimmy and said, who's that little guy right there? I said, that's Chris Paul. He's going to be a good player. So Chris is a junior. I called coach from Georgia State. I said, Coach, I got to call him. I said, he's going to be the next John Lucas. John Lucas is a consensus All-American out of Durham Hillside. And so he said, I don't come down and talk to him. You know, Chris went over. He came by after school one day, because Chris was pretty much decided to Wake Forest. He came down and he talked about it. Hey, we got the same uniforms Team Carolina wear, we eat the same pregame meal, we travel on the same planes and all that stuff. He said, why don't you just come to Georgia State? Chris, I have one question to ask you. Wake Forest has over 10,000 volumes in their library. How many books are in the Georgia State Library? Left the guy up and said, Chris, if you read all them books, you've got to go to Wake Forest.
Students and guests that we've been waiting for, the journey to today, to this naming of the Chris Paul Court. It actually started on June the 3rd, 2021. That was 2 days before I, brand new principal, had my first ever West Forsyth graduation ceremony. It was a Thursday night. I remember it quite well. Throughout my life, see, I'm a basketball guy. Throughout my life, I learned a lot of things in a gym. And so I came on a Thursday night to shoot. I was going to shoot basketball. 46 years old, so most of my shots were free throws. But I was looking for some peace and clarity. And students, with all that we've been going through over the last couple years, and now we're getting ready to complete our first week back to school, sometimes we all need a little peace and clarity. Well, the basketball court was where I always kind of found that. And so I came on a Thursday night by myself and just shot. After about an hour or so, I ended up sitting in the middle of the floor, just like I used to do when I was 16, 17 years old. And I started thinking about just getting right with my own thoughts. Graduation coming up. Oh my gosh, I'm the principal at West Forsyth. What in the world? And it came across to me. I wonder how many hours Chris Paul has been on this floor. The countless mornings, the countless long nights that he dedicated himself to live out his dreams. And I've got full confidence as he sits with us today that those countless hours, this basketball court, even though it looks a little different, this basketball court helped shape him in who he is. And it is a very good chance that he finds peace and clarity when he walks in here. I'm confident that he probably has sit on this court many, many times, 20 plus years ago, and he dreamed his big dreams. And now we're here today to honor him and to name the court after him. At this time, Paul family, I invite you over to the sideline. Paul family, today and from now on, this court will honor all the time, Chris, that you have spent here. And it's not just Chris, it is a family affair. This court will signify the development of your character through the years, your work ethic, and as you chase your dreams, the name represents what can be accomplished, students, when someone commits to living out their values like integrity, discipline, and a passion for excellence. Without further ado, students, we're going to need some help here. We're going to count down. When I get to 1, Pauls, we're going to strip that floor. Let's start. You want to start with 3? Maybe we should start with 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1, bam! Chris, if you would, join me on stage. We've got one other special announcement. Since West Forsyth was built in 1964, there's been a lot of great athletes that's walked across this campus. We are excited today to announce that on behalf of our athletic program, our school, our community, and our athletic booster club, that we are establishing, finally, a West Forsyth Athletic Hall of Fame. Today, we want to recognize this man's accomplishments as a Titan, and we want to induct him as our first member of our inaugural class of the West Forsyth Sports Hall of Fame. Welcome home, Chris. Welcome home.
I'm gonna try not to be emotional. Obviously, you see my dad, my pops was. I'm definitely his son because I get it from him. First of all, thank you guys so much. This is an honor and a privilege, and for y'all students that are here, y'all won't remember this 20 years from now, but it's cool. I'm glad that y'all are here. I appreciate it. I think for me, everything that was said was so true, and I think about my older brother CJ. So when I came to West, he was already here. I didn't know that, Coach, that I never lost a game here at West, but it makes sense. We was nice. It makes sense. We was nice. And then they started moving the games over to the Coliseum, but for some of y'all that don't know, which is crazy, like it's crazy. I don't feel like it's been 20 years since I played here at West. But you still got the old gym? Yeah. So when you talk about work, right? Like when you talk about hard work, you just do the work, right? You just do the work and the results, they come, but you just gotta continue to do the work. But y'all know the old gym, is it still a tile floor in there? Yeah. Tile floor in the old gym? So when I used to get out of school, and I don't know if y'all know, my first 2 years of high school here at West, I played on the JV basketball team. I was on the JV basketball team and on the varsity football team. School would get out, I would go to JV practice as a freshman. As soon as my JV practice got over, y'all know what I did? I ran down the breezeway and came here and practiced with the varsity. Every day. Every day. I practiced with the JV and I practiced with the varsity every day as a freshman and a sophomore. And so to be here, right, I've been so blessed and fortunate in my life to travel and to do so many things and to play on Olympic teams and all this different type of stuff, but you never forget where you came from. And so when he was speaking about sitting in here in the gym talking about his happy place, it's still my happy place. I'm 37 years old now, right? 37 years old. I was in this, 37. But I remember coming in this gym since I was 13, 14 years old. And I was fortunate that Mr. Telford, you remember Tim Fuller, gave us a key to the gym. I lived on 801 Louisville Clemens Road down the street. And I used to come up here late night, after school. You know what I mean? If I didn't feel like going up to the Y, I would come up here in this gym and I would hoop. It was my happy place. It still is my happy place. And so I'm grateful for what the game of basketball has brought me. But a lot of it had to do with a lot of relationships that was built here, right? Like Coach Layton being hard on me, not putting me on varsity. It sounds crazy, but I needed that. I needed that. That made me keep an edge, right? I'm telling you, like I wanted to walk down the breezeway and have a Letterman jacket on, but I couldn't. I was a sophomore, so my dad kept me on JV so it would keep me motivated, right? To keep me working. And still to this day, right? You gotta keep working, you gotta keep doing the work. And all the different people in here that played a role in my life, I see Mason back there, Mark, and Ray. Mark used to be my ride to the gym, right? Remember my brother used to fight. Oh my God, we used to fight all the time because we lived down the street from the Y, but I wanted to go to the gym. I didn't have a license. Guess how I was gonna get there? We didn't have Uber back then. You know what I mean? So that usually just started with a fight with my brother. You know, but for all the things that West Forsyth has brought me, I'm truly grateful. For the teachers, like it's crazy. When you hear Mr. Telford sit up here and talk about me, he made it sound like I was just the perfect student. I wasn't. I wasn't. I missed many homework assignments in my freshman year. Wasn't what I wanted to be, but what I did was I had a goal, right? I had a plan. Regardless of how much I liked certain classes or this subject, I knew I wanted to hoop. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you realize that if you want to get to your goals, at a certain point, you got to sacrifice. It was many parties that was going on all the time, and I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I pulled up, right? He's like, yeah, I'm pulling up. But listen, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I didn't because I knew that I had to put the work in. I knew I had to put the work in. I was somewhere earlier today and I could have easily said, I'm home, I ain't gonna get my workout in. Got my workout in. When I finish here, I gotta go work out. I gotta train because I know if I want something, it's not just gonna come to me, right? It's not gonna come to me, I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. So my message to all you guys is, obviously never forget where you came from, always show gratitude, and I say thank you. Appreciate it.
We are very appreciative of the Paul family for agreeing to be here today, for agreeing for this to happen, and for all of the extended family and friends that are here. Students, thank you so much for being a part of this today. Like I told you before, it is great to be a Titan, and take that with honor and privilege. Don't let that be lost on you. What he said is great words.